between teeth. Now bring my boys in. They're skinning craters like the moon. The moon we love like a brother. While he glows through the room. Dancing around the lies we tell. Dancing around big eyes is all.
The 2K Sports pregame show, sponsored by Sprite.
Hey, this is Ernie Johnson, 2K Sports. Shaquille O'Neal is with me. Thank you all for being here. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies as they'll be playing against the Sacramento Kings. A lot of adversity lately for the Kings. They lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. Man, this Memphis team, gritty, hard-nosed, blue-collar. Which Grizzly is your favorite, Shaq?
I'm going to have to go with Big Marc Gasol. He does everything you want from a center. Doesn't really play above the rim, but has the jump hook, the fadeaway jumper, the inside, the outside, reverse pivot moves, all the moves of a big man. And yes, you heard it here first. He's way better than his bigger brother, Pau Gasol.
You know, I kind of like Tony Allen on that bunch, too. He's just a tenacious defender.
Very tenacious, fun to watch, mostly because of his defense. You don't see anyone else in the league play defense like Tony Allen.
Time now to send you out to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
The Kings play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you live here from Sacramento, California. And it's another road game for the Grizzlies. They've been picking up some steam, and if they can play this well all season, they'll be in excellent shape.
Well, Kevin, if they win this game, it would give them a victory in each of the first 2 meetings this season against these guys. So, they play them 2 more times after that, so it would get them off to a really good start in the season series.
And Steve, I think they would love to have that kind of leg up and huge advantage if they could. I mean, that goes a long way towards maybe winning the season series with a 2-0 start.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Allen and Prince on the perimeter. Randolph and Kufis are inside. And it's Conley in at the 1 spot. Cousins dishes to Gay. 6 on the shot clock. The good-looking shot from the wing.
And a pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
And so here's Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
Yeah, and in that victory, they got huge contributions from their bench, and I thought their depth was really the major factor in that game.
Now here's Conley. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Trailblazers in Portland. Here's McCallum. Kicks to Cousins. The shot misses. Prince with the defensive effort. Just to talk again about what Steve just said, they never missed a beat, Clark, when they turned to their bench.
Well, there wasn't much of a difference between the points they got from their starters and those they got from the reserves. A really balanced team effort, and you like to see that. You think about the Grizzlies, and one thing that jumps out at you is their physicality. I mean, that's a team that loves contact and has no problem being physical.
Now, here's Cousins. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And a phenomenal showing on the boards. His rebounding was a huge factor.
Now here's Allen, following the shot by Rudy Gay. Randolph passes to Conley. Another miss by Conley. For the Grizzlies, given how much Memphis loves their football, the physicality of the Grizz fits right in.
Yeah, the fans really appreciate it, and it's effective against every team in the league, particularly because the NBA has gotten much smaller and faster. So Grizzlies are playing sort of a different style, and it's been very effective for them.
Stolen by Michael Conley.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
And so here's Sacramento, following the score by Memphis.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I mean, I'd say that is an easy look.
That one goes. Count it.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Yeah, the shots have been falling, that's for sure. The offense really in a good groove.
Now here's Gay. 20 points for him last game against San Antonio. Pass to Stauskas. Connects from three-point range. Stauskas has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Conley kicks to Prince. Back to Conley. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Conley's got 6 points.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick three of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Here's McCallum. 9 points last game. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Outstanding job there to absorb the contact and guide it in.
That's how you impose your will against the defender. He came to play.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Marc Gasol is checked in for Koufos. And it's Carter in for Zach Randolph. Sacramento shooting their first foul shot of the game.
Well, Marc Gasol missed some time last season with injury, but you can see just how important he is to a team when he's gone. I mean, the Grizzlies were nowhere near as imposing when he was sidelined by injury.
From 15 feet away, and it's Conley that time on the assist by Carter. And it's 8 points for Conley.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him. And McCallum kicks to Landry. Misses off the right iron.
And for Marc Gasol, last season a grade 2 MCL sprain. No surgery required, but he did miss 20 games while recovering, and Memphis struggled during his absence.
Here's McCallum looking for his first basket still in this one. He kicks it to Gay. He's looking for Landry and finds him. Prince with the defensive effort. And last season for Marc Gasol, a bit of a downturn with his numbers.
Yeah, his rebounding fell off a bit, as did his shooting percentages. We'll see how he bounces back this season.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. The defense hasn't been able to set up.
Timeout is called, first of the game for Sacramento. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, it seemed to me their three-point shooting was their own worst enemy in that game, Clark. I mean, even their wide-open looks weren't falling.
Yeah, and I'm sure when they think back on that game, Steve, their main regret is going to be that they didn't get away from the three-point shot early on. They kept going to it.
A platoon swap here for Sacramento. Nick Calathes, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Udrich comes in for Michael Conley. Pass to Terry. Three-pointer. Another shot, and it's laid up and in by Thompson. Thompson's got his first 2 points.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Now let's find out what head coach Mike Malone had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
He brought up Marc Gasol, a kind of sleeper player he thinks could give them trouble. Coach said he's a guy 7 foot plus. He's very skilled, can shoot and finish over either shoulder, and he doesn't shy away from contact. He's a guy you have to really pay attention to. And I've told our guys, we can't let him have a big game. Fellas, we'll see how they do against him.
And thank you for that, Doris.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies winning their last game against the Trailblazers.
And I think, Kevin, you know, it really showed how important it is to have a strong bench performance. You go out on the road, you can't rely on your starters night in and night out. The reserves have to contribute and help them out.
I think we definitely saw that, Steve, throughout the game. They were really tied together as a team. Didn't make any difference who was out on the floor. You'll take every road game win you can, and they're happy with that one.
Now here's McLemore. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
You know, the dunks are few and far between for the big guy, but every once in a while we get one just like that.
It's not hard to believe that kind of size might keep you from being a high flyer.
Yeah, that's a lot of man right there to try to get up off the ground, Kevin. I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Now Terry, and that's a foul called on Beno Udrih. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Fires for three. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. Grizzlies lead by 9. And we'll be back right after this.
NBA season is in full swing. Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs go up against Zach Randolph and the Memphis Grizzlies. Friday night, NBA Hoops. Be there.
Welcome back, everyone, to lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
The Kings trail by 9. Terry is out there with Ben McLemore. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then it's Okafor. And it's Thompson in at the power forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings. And McLemore kicks to Ellington. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the rejection. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here's the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been fantastic from three-point land in the last 10. Number 1, the Grizzlies.
The main factor, I think, is the great spacing that has led to wide-open long-range shots. That's why we see the great numbers from the three-point line. Exciting times here in Sacramento. They've already broken ground on the new arena downtown, set to open in 2016. For these fans, a great sign of things to come.
And the new arena here in Sacramento is set to have an indoor-outdoor dynamic with outdoor balconies and with an entrance, huge glass panels that can open to the outdoors.
Wow, sounds like a baseball park more than a basketball arena. What a unique facade, very artistic with different panels outset from the structure. Some have said it reminds them of a crown, a look befitting of the Kings. How about that, partner?
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Rudy Gay's checked in for Ellington. Slauskas comes in for Ben McLemore. And it's McCallum in for Jason Terry. And that one's good. Okafor's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Sacramento. Allen outside, into Zach Randolph. Stolen by Thompson. And now the Kings, fast break. Shot denied. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
Over the last month, let's take a look at the Grizzlies and how they stacked up in the league statistically. First in shooting percentage. First in fewest turnovers per game. And they're number 1 in opponent scoring. They don't allow teams to get into a rhythm offensively, and thus they're able to hold those points down.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that, they're on their game. They're tough to beat.
And he gets it to go.
Boy, that mid-range jumper is a beautiful thing to have in your bag, and they've had it going today.
Yeah, but look down at the other end of the court. The same has not held true.
They'd love to get more of those, the easiest 2 points possible. And on a fierce finish.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they're going to cut into the lead, Kevin.
Yeah, that's why they've got to tighten up their D. And I'd be surprised if the defense allows any more free runs to the hoop like that.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, DeMarcus Cousins signed by the Kings to a max contract extension in 2013. Coach Mike Malone said, quote, "We've made a huge commitment, not only to him as a player, but as a person." He added that Cousins' biggest jump will come from handling adversity and being comfortable when he's uncomfortable. Once he does that, it's scary how good he can be. Kevin?
A fiery disposition. If he can channel it, the sky's the limit. Thank you, Doris. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Sacramento. Landry comes in for Thompson. And Memphis also making a switch. Michael Conley, he's checked in for Nick Colathis. Now here is Carter. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Portland. And it's Conley that time on the assist by Carter. And that's 11 points for Conley.
You know, even though he doesn't really have the long-range ability on a consistent level, he can knock down some open ones.
Vince Carter in his day, one of the most electrifying players in the NBA, a superstar in Toronto, one of the all-time great highlight reel dunkers. Those days are behind him, but he remains a very valuable and at this point, maybe even underrated NBA player.
Memphis leading by 5. Conley kicks to Allen. Off target with his 3. Kings have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. To the paint. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at Memphis. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place. And, of course, Sacramento, right now, quite a ways down below.
Well, I think for Sacramento, they've really struggled much the same way they did a year ago. It just hasn't gotten much better for them.
Clark, for me, they didn't show a whole lot of fight when the tide turned against them, and that's what the NBA is all about. It's about getting off the mat because adversity is going to hit every single team. It's always how you respond that's important.
McCallum, the pass to Stauskas. McCallum dishes to Gay from the baseline. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Cousins.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
As he should. That's a good decision. When he gets a clean look, he's got to take it.
The Grizzlies with another miss. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's McCallum, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, Memphis had a good road record overall, kept it above 500 despite a really sluggish start to the season and then losing Marc Gasol for a while due to a knee injury.
As you said with Memphis, guys, they ended with 23 road wins last year. That's a great mark for any team.
You know, their game translates well to the road as they like to pound it inside. That kind of game travels well because, you know, you can control the tempo of the game as the more physical, dominant team.
Marc Gasol's checked in for the Grizzlies. Prince comes in for Zach Randolph. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
The Kings, one of the youngest teams in the league. They're trying to build through the draft, but with mixed results over the last couple of seasons. Marcus Cousins, the only player who's truly distinguished himself as a significant building block.
Stolen by Allen, and now it's Allen. Running. He can go all the way.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Yeah, absolutely. They made the steal pay dividends instantly in the open floor.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, you know, things can get out of hand. So this is a good timeout.
Jason Terry, he's checked in for Stauskas. Leno Udrich, he's checked in for Memphis. The Kings trail by 4. Feeds it to Gay. That's good. Gay's got his second basket of the game.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Outside Conley. It's Allen with the drive. Almost, but it rolls out.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, but maybe that's not his range.
Well, it's been something that a lot of people anticipated in the NBA, and they've been waiting for it to happen. And some teams have been fearing that it would happen, but last season, Cousins became the center that the Kings hoped he would be when they drafted.
Allen's shot is off.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And it's Terry, the drive, and the jam by Rudy Gay.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
With Cousins, there always seems, Steve, to be some mental hurdles with him, as well as not being as efficient as you would have hoped. But as you said last season, you know, it kind of came together.
It did. I mean, the talent has always been there for him. Just remember how young he is. And so as he continues to grow and develop and mature, he's got a chance to be an elite center in this league. And I thought last year he took a big step forward.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Gay. And McLemore subbed in for Ray McCallum. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
Playing with a lot of confidence, just some self-assurance. I like what we're seeing.
Memphis trailing here. Prince kicks to Allen, into Marc Gasol. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket.
Emeka Okafor, he's checked in for Sacramento. Thompson comes in for Carl Landry. For Memphis, they have missed both of their free throws tonight, 0 for 2 so far.
Well, they've only shot 71% as a team for the season, so a lot of improvement necessary.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
From deep, McLemore. The shot is off. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. It's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at Michael Conley. What a contribution.
Boy, you wonder how long he can continue to shoot the three ball as well as he has to this point. He's been lights out.
Steve, you know that as well as anyone being the shooter you were. Sometimes you have those nights where the bucket looks 3 feet wide.
The Kings shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. And since the new ownership group took over, the Kings have been one of the most proactive teams in the league, looking for trades and trying to reshape the roster.
Well, they're looking to make moves to climb out of the cellar in the Western Conference. Highly motivated, really looking to shake things up. They traded for upside, acquiring Derek Williams and Rudy Gay, adding some athleticism and scoring ability in those two guys.
Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Prince is the 3 and Randolph the 4. Conley and Allen are the guard set, and it's Koufos in at the center.
And for the Kings, interesting that they traded away Tyreke Evans, but then traded for Rudy Gay. Gay, 3 years older and with a much larger salary, but of course he's a better perimeter shooter. So I think the thinking was he was a better fit for the team.
And for the Kings, you know, they've got some big money veteran pieces, a lot of guys that can put the ball in the basket, but defensively is where they've struggled. Unless Coach Malone can get them to defend at a higher level, they're going to continue to struggle. I think that's guaranteed. Offense isn't enough to win consistently.
The Grizzlies shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Well, the season numbers for this club really low. I mean, this is something that the team has been focusing on. They've got to improve.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Good on the second free throw. Here's McCallum. Passes it to Landry. Gay outside. Landry with a screen for Gay. Shot clock at 6. Bank shot, no good.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
Prince outside. Dishes it to Conley. Nobody near Allen. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Kings leading. Here's McCallum. The quick look, no good that time. The Grizzlies shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. For the lead, no good. Nice D from Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousins is absolutely devastating around the rim, folks. I mean, he's strong, coordinated, excellent touch, tremendous hands, good feet. His high skill level enables him to step outside and make plays, but I think he's really best served when he's in that paint area, doing his damage close to the goal.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Prince outside. It's Allen on the wing. Allen right side. To the inside. And it's Conley penetrating. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Tony Allen.
Conley's got 14.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Here's McCallum. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Stauskas kicks to McCallum. 6 to shoot. Goes up the baseline. Hits. Count that one from Stauskas. Stauskas has got the lead up to 3 now for the Kings. Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Conley kicks to Allen. In the corner, it's Koufos. Outside Conley. He feeds it to Prince. Some nice passing there by Memphis. With some arc by Conley again. Conley's got 16.
He is feeling it. A terrific percentage from the field.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Well, good teams tend to have a defined style of play. Steve, the Grizzlies had grit and grind, but it seems they're going away from it now.
Kind of a throwback style, Kevin, but it suited their personnel perfectly, particularly with Randolph and Gasol down low. The slower pace lent itself to better defense for them, and they really pounded you inside, that's for sure.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Marc Gasol's checked in for Koufos. Carter comes in for Tayshaun Prince, and it's Nick Calathes in for Tony Allen.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
During that break, Coach Mike Malone had some words for his team. He said a big part of their focus should be on offensive rebounding, to get bodies to the glass at that end of the floor and work hard for second chance points. The other thing he discussed with them was that they should be forceful with the ball. He said if they see a gap in the defense, they should go straight to the bucket. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
And, you know, the Grizzlies got swept in the Western Conference Finals back in 2013 because the Spurs just packed it in defensively. And I really think that was the impetus for the Grizzlies looking to try to play a more wide-open style. You know, even though that season in 2013 was, as a whole, the best ever for the franchise, it did expose their weaknesses and gave them something to work on.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. And Gasol gets it to go.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations.
Here's McCallum. Now here's Cousins. Connects in the foul line jumper. Cousins has got 8.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Conley kicks to Carter. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Carter's got the game tied up here for the Grizzlies.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Screen by Cousins. McCallum, the pass to Cousins. There's the double team with Randolph. The 11-footer. Second shot opportunity. Landry no good. 2-for-1 chance here.
Yeah, let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Calathis. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Looked like an easy 2 points right there.
You know he's kicking himself for that miss.
And McCallum kicks to Stauskas. The feed to Cousins. The 10-footer. That's good. Cousins has got 10 points.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Grizzlies have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. And there's the pass to Carter. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Look at the numbers for him on the line this year. 88% on the season. Impressive number.
And you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
That one is no good. And Terry up top. He's guarded by Udrih. And it's Terry off the drive. And the shot is good. Terry's got the lead up to 3 now for Sacramento.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
It's all tied in Sacramento. And time.
On Tap Friday, December 6th, David Lee and the Golden State Warriors take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. Be there.
And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, with this assist, he shows you just what a well-rounded guard he really is. Kind of a combo guard, even though he's listed as a shooting guard. Really a diverse offensive skill set.
We're almost seeing more of that, aren't we? It's guys that have point guard skills that can play both those positions.
Yeah, for sure.
And here are the Grizzlies now. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Sacramento, Thompson is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then it's McLemore, and there's Terry, and it's Okafor in at the 5 spot. McLemore dishes to Okafor. Shot clock at 6. Uncovered. McLemore, no good.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
It's now been 8 years since the Kings have played postseason basketball, and the path back to the playoffs, especially in the Western Conference, is not getting any easier anytime soon.
Getting back to the Kings and getting back to the playoffs, Steve, they have some pieces now, they feel.
Yeah, I mean, but you need more than just talent. You know, you need a couple of stars, and you need a full commitment from everybody on the floor. Look, this is a young team. I think they're moving in the right direction, but they've got to continue to grow together.
Terry kicks to Thompson. Thompson right side. Terry outside. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Now here's McLemore outside. No good. And it's Memphis the other way. They can look forward to the Rockets Arena after this matchup to take on Houston. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And the Kings making a change here. Gay's checked in. And Memphis also making a switch. Randolph has checked in. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Mike Malone gave to his team during that last break. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
You have to give credit to the Grizzlies for being right in the playoff race to the very end last season. Certainly, nobody wanted to see them in the first round.
Boy, you said it, the Grizzlies were the team that nobody wanted to see in the first round, and they showed why with a great series against the Thunder.
Well, they took the Thunder to 7 games. They actually had a 3-2 advantage in that series, but couldn't pull it off. Still a great showing for the Grizzlies as that 7 seed.
Sacramento making a switch here. Cousins is checked in, and that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason. He's such a good all-around player.
And Udrih kicks to Prince. He dishes it to Udrih. Knocks down the 3-ball. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Cousins. Goofus grabs the miss. Memphis has gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
A nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's a steal.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Stauskas comes in for McLemore, and it's McCallum in for Jason Terry. Here's Prince. Gay with the defensive effort. The Kings trail by 3. To the middle, here's Stauskas, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
And Udrih kicks to Prince. Allen for 3. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Very poor shot selection there, guys.
Hang time on that rim. Put a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
Oh, boy. Whipped cream, cherry on top. It always comes back to dessert.
Carl Landry's checked in for Sacramento. The Grizzlies also making a change. Michael Conley, he's checked in for Udrih. The Grizzlies have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Allen drives in for 3. Conley's shot is off. The Kings leading. Stauskas kicks to Gay. It's rebounded by Memphis. Prince has got his 5th rebound in this one. Randolph against Cousins. Randolph passes to Conley. Clock at 6. Nobody near Allen. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Cousins dishes to Gay. There's the triple. Another miss by Gay. Memphis has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And it's Conley penetrating. Back to Allen. Shoots a three. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
I'll tell you what, until this defense gets out and defends the three-point line, it's going to be a parade.
Yeah, we've already seen 3 in a row from out there.
And McCallum kicks to Stauskas. At the top of the key, Cousins. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. No good with the finger roll. Allen kicks to Kufis. Kicks it out to Allen. To the right side. Conley, the pass to Allen. Here's Prince. No good with the triple.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Landry, a screen on Conley. Here's Stauskas. Buries it from three-point range. Stauskas has got 9 points now in just the second half.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Conley kicks to Prince. There's the dish to Randolph. Slammed home, he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is.
Well, you know what, come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up. I mean, he threw it down with force.
McCallum, the shot misses. Now Memphis takes it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Kufis kicks to Conley. Allen outside. Back to Conley. 9 feet out, and he gets it to go. And the Grizzlies lead by 6.
Wow, such a steady hand. He's the one responsible for getting them this late lead.
Can't argue with that at all, Steve. His shooting percentage has been off the charts.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're behind by 6. 46 seconds left to play here in the fourth. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Carter's checked in. .46 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Stauskas, defended by Allen. Connects! And now they trail by just 4. Stolen by Landry. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, what a clutch shot. That could be the difference maker.
Big moment in this game.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too. Carter dishes to Conley. Allen kicks to Randolph. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ballgame.
And I'll tell you what, those 2 free throws give them some much-needed breathing room, guys. It's now a 2-possession game.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're trailing by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And obviously time is the big factor here, guys. They need to get points fast and then go for the steal, and if not, a quick foul.
Hard as it is, you just have to hope the guy you send to the line doesn't convert.
McCallum, the pass to Gay. Gay, right side, kicks to McCallum. Count it! And that shot brings them to within just 1. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second free throw, no good. A tough break there. To take the lead. He's off from 3. And Carl Landry picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. That's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those free throws.
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Conley.
Reach out, touch faith.
Sponsored by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you to 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Memphis Grizzlies. And looking at the Grizzlies, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. You know, Shaq, some people call Dwight Howard Superman. They also called you Superman. How do you keep Dwight Howard engaged into the game for a full 48 minutes?
First of all, Ernie, let's not get it twisted. There's only one Superman, and he's sitting right next to you. Anyway, Ernie, to answer your question, if I was the coach, I would run plays for Dwight early in the game. You have to keep feeding him the ball. You have to keep him engaged. If he's scoring, you keep going to him. If he's making free throws, you keep going to him. He's not scoring, not making free throws, we go away from him a while. We let Harden dominate the ball. But to answer your question, the original Superman says you feed the pseudo-Superman.
Meantime, how can I keep you engaged for the entire game?
Just keep feeding me, baby. Keep feeding me.
I'll try to remember that. It is almost game time. Kevin Harlan standing by. How about it, Kev?
Let's meet your Houston Rockets. At the power forward position, at 6'9", number 6, Terrence Jones. At guard, number 2, Patrick Beverly. The other forward, standing 6'8", number 1, Trevor Ariza. The big man, standing 6'11", number 12, Dwight Howard. And starting in guard, number 13, James Harden. Kevin McHale is the head coach for your home team.
Rockets here at home in this Western Conference matchup, live here in Houston. With Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, I'm Kevin Harlan, bringing you the NBA live on 2K Sports, along with Doris Burke, who will be joining us courtside moments from now. Today's game finds the Grizzlies winding down their road trip. A great start to the season for them, notching 3 wins to tip it off.
They have really hit the ground running this year. It's hard to imagine things coming together for them any better or quicker. They've been dominant in the early season.
Clark, they are not the team you want to be up against right now. Forget midseason form. These guys are in postseason form right from the very first game, in fact.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Allen and Prince on the perimeter. Randolph and Kufis are inside. And it's Conley in at the point guard position.
It shows up in the stats a little bit, but they don't tell the whole story. Last year when the Grizzlies were healthy, they were very tough defensively.
Now here is Conley. Playing Sacramento, he was nearly unstoppable. Now here's Beverly, defended by Allen. That's good. And a few things help with the Grizzlies in defense. They slow things down, and they, Clark, don't give up easy baskets.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that sometimes gets overlooked in their defensive prowess, pace of play. They're very judicious in how they play the game, and as a result, and they've got a physical front line. So they put bodies on you, and when that happens, you get worn out when you play a team like that.
Here's Jones, following the score by Tayshaun Prince, and that one's good. Beverly.
You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee.
You know, you can point to their shooting percentage in the low 30s, guys, if you're looking for the reason that game didn't go their way.
Yeah, I think it's almost impossible to win a game when you're posting a number like that, Steve. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
Here's Jones. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Seemed like they hit every big shot they had in that game. Kevin, their offense was clicking, but really clutch in big moments.
That's ideally the way you want it to unfold on the road, Steve. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into the game.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin McHale gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. On his mind, the difficult task of defending Zach Randolph. He said, Randolph's especially tough because he's not only a go-to scorer on the low block and the pinch post, but also a guy who can pick up a lot of second chance points with his work on the glass. He's a 20 and 10 double-double guy for a reason. We'll have our hands full trying to slow him down. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And his work on the glass, certainly noteworthy. And he contributed in a number of ways.
Trevor Ariza last season with perhaps the best campaign, Steve, of his 10-year career.
Yeah, he played starters minutes, shot a career-high three-point percentage. I think a lot of it, Kevin, was just the combination of playing with good bigs and then also John Wall's emergence as a great point guard. Ariza had a lot of open looks last year.
Here is Harden after the made shot from Zach Randolph. Launches a three. The Rockets with another miss. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. Number 1, the Grizzlies.
Kevin, I've always said shooting percentage individually and for a team is a function of the kinds of shots you get. This team leads the league in shooting percentage because, 1, they have good shooters, but 2, they take high-quality shots. They're a very disciplined group.
Now here's Conley, averaging 14 points a game. Allen passes to Prince, and here's Conley outside, and it's good. Conley's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Harden against Allen. It's Harden with the drive. Keeps it alive. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, a nice tip in to salvage the points from the missed shot. And made it work.
It did, yeah. And those second chance points, Clark, they do add up.
Yes, sir.
They sure do. That's why boxing out is so important. Defensively, you can't just let a guy get to the rim and not put a body on him.
Here's Kufis following the basket by Dwight Howard. And he gets the bucket. 6 points for Mike Conley.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Now, here's Beverly. Defense is right there. Howard can't hit.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
Prince kicks to Kufis. There's the dish to Conley. Inside. Here's Randolph. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Houston foul call. Terrence Jones. That's his first personal foul.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the night.
Well, the season numbers for this club really low. I mean, this is something that the team has been focusing on. They've got to improve.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Howard. Jeff Adrian comes in for Jones. Johnson, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Cannon in for Patrick Beverly.
Well, playing in the West can be a grind, and that's what was impressive about where the Rockets ended up. They didn't rely on their bench a whole lot. They really rode their starters.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. As you said, Clark, Rockets did well against the rest of the conference and really didn't have a deep rotation.
Usually that can catch up to a team, but the Rockets starters were able to stay healthy and log big minutes last year, and it's why they nabbed that 4th seed in the West.
Adrian dishes to Harden. And he gets it to go. Harden's got his first bucket of the night.
Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Galathis kicks to Carter. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Their offense has really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game.
It's hard to imagine they'll be able to stay as hot as they've been so far, but if they can, watch out.
And so it's Houston with it, following the score by Memphis. Here's Canaan, right now averaging 7 points a game. Harden, no good.
In terms of rebounding, it's been a sensational opening quarter.
I like sensational. That's a good word for it.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
The Grizzlies were never picked to be a powerhouse in the West last year, but, boy, you've got to give that team and that organization an awful lot of credit because they clearly were a team that nobody out West wanted to play.
The first free throw is good.
Well, it's Memphis's defense and ability to hang tough in close games that makes them such an unattractive opponent to many teams in the West.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And Memphis went 29 and 23 against the West last year. Clark, in every game seemed to be a close one.
And even when you beat Memphis, Kevin, you feel like you may have you don't feel like you lost, but you know you've really earned the victory because they grind you so hard, and they typically don't beat themselves. It's clearly one of the toughest teams in the West.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
On target from 13 feet.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's Calathis. Carter outside. Gets it off. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. It's the Grizzlies up 11. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
On tap this Saturday, December 6th, Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. It's the real deal.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Guys, they're really passing the ball well here in the first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Rockets trail by 11. They've got Trevor Ariza. Johnson is out there with Isaiah Cannon. Then there's Andrew Bynum. And it's Adrian in at power forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Well, here we can get a look at Memphis and what kind of numbers they've put up these last 10 games. First in field goal percentage. First in fewest turnovers per game. And they're number 1 in opponent scoring. They don't allow teams to get into a rhythm offensively, and thus they're able to hold those points down.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that and they're on their game, they're tough to beat.
And he knocks down the first one. Allen's checked in for Memphis. And so Cannon nails both of them. Memphis leading by 9. Udrich the pass to Carter. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Grizzlies. That one was played in Memphis.
It was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought, they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket. One thing with the Rockets that makes them so explosive is just how efficient they are in transition. They rarely miss out on an opportunity when they have a chance to put the defense on its heels.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Houston Rockets play an up-tempo attacking style of basketball. Last season, the second most turnovers in the NBA and the most three-point attempts. Coach Kevin McHale said, this is a team of home run hitters. They're going to swing sometimes when they shouldn't, but that's who they are. I'm not going to make them bunt. Good philosophy, Kevin.
They're always aggressive, Doris. Thank you.
And, with the Rockets, it isn't that they're getting layups. It seems more often than not they're getting and-one plays on their fast breaks, and that's an extra bonus there.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Rockets knew how to convert fast break chances, as you said, Steve. It's a big part of their game.
Well, they're a terrific ball handling team top to bottom. That allows them to get anyone the ball in transition and just fill lanes. Makes converting those fast breaks a lot easier.
making some changes. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Bynum. Terrence Jones comes in for Jeff Adrian. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Cannon. Memphis also making some changes. Zach Randolph is checked in for Gasol. And Mike Conley subbed in for Udrich. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Howard kicks to Jones. Now here's Beverly, averaging 8 points a game. And that one's good. Beverly's got his third basket of the night right there.
They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Tortoise-like. Wow, Clark. Yeah, they're putting it together, but still trailing. Their offense is finally getting some traction.
Carter. The shot is off. The Rockets go the other way with it.
You can't help but respect Patrick Beverly's defensive approach to the game. Always aggressive, going for steals or deflections, but he rarely sacrifices good defensive position. Just a very good, disciplined defensive ball player.
Ariza has the open look. And another three for Houston.
Now they're finally starting to shoot the ball a little bit better now.
You know, I thought this was the kind of play they needed in the first quarter, but as I always like to say, it's better late than never.
Now here is Carter, averaging 6 points per contest. Good D by Ariza. And Beverly always pushing the envelope with what he can get away with, looking to set the tone defensively. Clark, he doesn't mind that it means he fouls out of a game here and there.
Yeah, and you know, Kevin, with the shot blocking behind him here in Houston, he's able to cut loose with that ball pressure and harassing defense.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Terrence Jones was part of the 2012 championship team at Kentucky with Anthony Davis. In year 2 with the Rockets, stepping into the starting role at power forward.
These are the teams that have been really dominant in the paint so far this season. In third, the Rockets.
You know, all season long, this has been one of the better rebounding teams in the league. And when you rebound the ball well, you limit your opponent's second shot opportunities, and you also give yourself some additional scoring opportunities by climbing that glass.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
And Jones able to play on the perimeter a bit to create space for Dwight Howard inside. A former point guard in his younger days. He's a good ball handler, but his passing and shooting still a work in progress.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. Allen's got 5 points in the quarter.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
And Beverly gets to Ariza. And Vince Carter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Terrence Jones listed at 6'9" with the 7'2" arm span. Those numbers tell you he plays bigger.
He really does. He's strong on both backboards. He brings some shot blocking presence, and he's still really young and starting to put it all together. But I love his potential, and I like the progress he's shown to this point. Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
Now here's Beverly, following the shot by Tayshaun Prince. Jones, that's for 2, and he gets the jumper to drop. Jones has got his first basket. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Nobody near Allen. That's in there. Conley with the assist. 8 points for Allen.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Beverly dishes to Harden. Jones sets the pick for Harden. Howard gets to Ariza. Outside, Jones pulls it up. Here's Howard, and he lays it straight in. Howard's got his second basket.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, Patrick Beverly could make the case for being the league's most disruptive defender at point guard. He said, quote, "I know some people might not like my defense, but I don't really care. I'm physical, I'm tough, and I'm setting the tone. I don't look at the numbers, I just go out there and I guard everyone exactly the same. And that's aggressively, Kevin, exactly what they're looking for."
He gets after it. Nothing easy. Thanks, Doris. Here's Allen. The Rockets making the shot. Conley, the pass to Allen. That 3 off the mark.
Well, it seems like they're getting a little fat and sassy here, complacent in the second quarter.
Fat and sassy. Come on, Clark. I mean, we're seeing their free throw attempts diminish, but I don't know about calling them fat and sassy. That seems kind of harsh. Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one. Well, you look at Patrick Beverly, and I think he embodies the phrase Chicago tough. And he's relatively unknown growing up and hooping in the playgrounds of West Chicago. He's always played the game with an edge, though, and that served him well as an NBA player.
So for the Rockets, Bynum comes in for Dwight Howard, and Jeff Adrian subbed in for Terrence Jones. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Marc Gasol is checked in for Randolph. Kufis comes in for Tayshaun Prince. Nick Calathis, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And it's Udrich in for Mike Conley.
Well, Beverly learned pressure defense back in high school as the lead guard in a 1-2-2 press. To prepare his team to play that way, his coach had them running stairs, running around the school nonstop for an hour every day. And Beverly still fanatical about his conditioning.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. Grizzlies making the shot. Pass to Harden. Now here's Beverly, guarded closely. 6 on the shot clock. He feeds it to Bynum. Houston needs to get a shot off. Beyond the arc. Another miss by Houston. Allen for 3. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we're through 2 here in a good one. Grizzlies lead by 3. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what's your assessment of the team you're playing here tonight?
They're a tough team. You know, they play hard, they play together, they move the ball, and they know how to play within the offense, you know. And we've been doing a better job on the defensive end, and I think tonight we came out with the right mentality. Just got to keep it up.
Dwight, thank you. They know they've got their hands full, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You have to like what we're seeing from Tony Allen.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
Here's Beverly.
You know, if you look back at the Grizzlies season last year, it'd be hard not to say it was a case of them not getting out of the gate as strongly as they wanted to, and then the injury to Gasol creating a situation where they never quite fully caught up.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Dave Yeager. Conley and Allen are the guard set. Prince is the 3 and Randolph the 4. And it's Kufis in at the 5, roaming the paint. Allen's shot is off. Guys, talking about Memphis again, they were a team that many thought had a chance to finish in the top half of the Western Conference. But, Steve, they ended up just sneaking into the playoffs.
But what a run they went on after the All-Star break when they got healthy. You know, they looked like they were dead in the water, but they won enough games after the break to get to that 7th spot. And we know how tough the Western Conference was.
For Memphis, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. First one falls for him. Well, the Rockets were so deadly, Steve, in this building, and a lot of that was because of how fast they would get things going.
Yeah, they would often blitz opponents out of the gate and just manage the lead after the first quarter.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them.
You know, as you were saying, the Rockets were great here. Their fast starts here at the Toyota Center helped them win 33 games at home last season.
Now here's Howard. He's got 6. The layup missed. Prince kicks to Allen. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Allen's got 13. Rockets trail by 4.
Well, for the Rockets, they're just so tough to beat at home because they're explosive offensively, and they've got a great crowd. So once they get the lead in their home building, they are tough to catch.
And here are the Grizzlies now. James Harden missing on the 3. Randolph, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Well, Zach Randolph enjoying the best years of his career and most sustained success in Memphis. Tricky choice for him this offseason, deciding whether to opt out of the final year of his contract or to become a free agent.
Free throw drops for Randolph. And Memphis opting to re-sign Zach Randolph. Clark this offseason. Nice to see him back in a Grizzlies uniform.
Yeah, I agree with you there, partner. It seems like he and that city are a terrific match. Grit and grind, Zebo doing his work on the glass and from the low block either side. And that duo of him and Gasol, that's one of the more entertaining big men pairs in the league.
Formidable, you're right.
Yep.
Timeout called the Rockets.
Well, Zach Randolph enjoying the best years of his career and most sustained success in Memphis. You know, a tricky choice for him this past offseason, deciding whether to opt out of the final year of his contract. In the end, he wanted the security of a longer-term deal.
And let's go quickly to the 2K leaderboard to see the ratings of the best passing 2 guards in basketball. James Harden, number 1.
Well, when he's on the court, it's like having a second point guard out there. In fact, I would say his passing ability may be better than some of the actual point guards around this league.
And, Steve, it's almost hard to categorize him strictly as a shooting guard because he does handle so many of their passing duties. Doesn't matter what we call him, though. The guy's got game.
In Zach Randolph opting into the final year of his contract, it would have been strange to see him in another uniform.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the city's really embraced him. He said it's a blue-collar town, and he's a blue-collar player. He helps define their style of play, and he really hopes to retire as a Grizzly. And I'd like to see that happen as well.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Timeout called the Grizzlies.
James Harden with the most famous beard in the NBA. In fact, he leaves his barber in charge of trimming it, so you can give him all the credit or maybe the blame, depending on how you look at it.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Outside Conley. Here's Koufos. He's guarded by Howard. And it's Koufos missing. In Harden, a relatively quiet team. Some have even said moody, but clearly he's embraced his new leading role in Houston.
And he said as much himself. He looks at the Rockets as his team, and you can see it in his demeanor on the court. With that leadership comes responsibility.
Oh, ridiculous.
Tore it down that time. Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either. Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Allen outside. Stolen by Harden. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so we will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Michael Conley picks one up. Carter, he's checked in for Tony Allen. For Houston, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. That's good from Beverly. It was a little strange to see a coaching change for the Grizzlies last year after they were a playoff team, but it worked out for them.
Yeah, I was surprised by that as well. I thought Lionel Hollins did a terrific job. A lot of people questioned what they were thinking, making that switch, but they were able to keep the momentum going after losing Gasol for a segment of the season due to a knee injury.
Ariza with it. Conley picks him up. Beverly dishes to Jones. Ariza a screen on Conley. Here's Jones. Another miss by Houston.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
And Beverly kicks to Harden. The Rockets with another miss.
And for the Grizzlies, changing their head coach prior to last season, it could be a big risk, but they needed to do something, they felt, and it worked out well for them.
There's the pass to Ariza. And there's the feed to Howard. For the lead. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter.
Well, with Memphis, when you change coaches, particularly after a playoff run, it doesn't always work out in your favor. Denver found that out last year, but things went well for the Grizzlies even after a slow start.
Beverly, the pass to Howard. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
So for the Rockets, Andrew Bynum's checked in for Howard. Jeff Adrian comes in for Jones. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Trevor Ariza. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Koufos. Nick Calathis comes in for Zach Randolph. And it's Udrich in for Mike Conley. And he goes in for the dunks.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
It was a great dunk and also a great game we've got here.
And there's 1:45 left in the third quarter. Bynum sets a screen for Harden. Here's Adrian, defended by Carter. The Rockets with another miss. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Udrich. Again, Memphis. Here's Canaan. He's got 5. Dishes to Harden. That's tipped. Canaan kicks to Harden. No good off the front iron.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Feeds to Gasol. Right side Gasol. And that one's good. Now it's a 6-point Grizzly lead. Houston's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. It's a pick by Bynum. Beverly dishes to Cannon. Lots of room. That one wide left.
Tell you what, he can be really frustrating as a shooter. All you can do is grimace because he just can't find the range.
Udrich, the pass to Gasol. Kicks it to Calathis. Pass to Prince. Shot clock at 5. That's good. Prince has got 6.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers. 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Harden gets the bucket.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to Get the ball right to the bucket.
That's what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. More of the same. Get it inside.
That drive by Carter. He dishes it to Udrich. Fires from deep. Off target with that shot. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry the day? It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 6. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway.
Tune in Friday, December 6th. David Lee and the Golden State Warriors take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. It's the real deal.
While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
I was hoping we'd get a chance to see this one again. Thank you, Lonnie, and the truck for showing it. But it's passing like this that makes the basketball purists happy. This is the beauty of the game right here.
And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. Isaiah Cannon is out there with Johnson. And it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And the foul goes on Isaiah Cannon. Here's Conley. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Carter's got his 4th assist in this one.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Here's Howard. Nails the wide open jump shot.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Memphis has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And it's Carter penetrating. Rejected by Howard. Here's Canaan, covered by Conley. Canaan kicks to Johnson. Pass to Howard. Baseline jumper. Here's Jones. Plays it up and banks it in.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Conley kicks to Allen. Memphis moving that ball around. Outside Conley. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, you know, for teams in the NBA nowadays, it's all about getting bang for your buck. I mean, Mike Conley out of Ohio State, one of the great value contracts in the league, and with all the analytics and general managers looking for value, Memphis happy to have an all-star caliber player like him still locked up through 2016.
First one falls for him. And you have to give Mike Conley, Steve, an awful lot of credit for the emergence of the Grizzlies, I think, as a factor in the Western Conference.
Kevin, I think he's one of the best point guards in the league. Probably doesn't get enough credit, but his progression as a player at both ends, year after year, he just seems to get better, and he provides that poise and leadership that his club needs. Look at the free throw percentage, unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about perfect?
Jones laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jones has got 4 this quarter.
Love the way he fought for that putback. You know, he's willing to put in a lot of hard work in this game, no doubt about that.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. And another miss by Memphis.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Canaan kicks to Jones. Carter against Ariza. 6 on the shot clock. Good on that shot, and with that, the Memphis lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Dwight Howard. And so it's Memphis with it. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. The drive by Allen. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. 15 points for Allen.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Cannon dishes to Johnson. The fader. Randolph grabs the board. Randolph's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Allen. Shot is off. Good D by Ariza.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Cannon. No good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Conley, the pass to Carter. Randolph kicks to Kufis. Howard with the steal. Johnson dishes to Cannon. Back to Johnson. Howard setting the pick for Johnson. He kicks it to Cannon. Pass to Howard. Rejected by Randolph. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets. Patrick Beverly comes in for Cannon. And Memphis also making a switch. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Vince Carter. Five on the clock. Harden with it. Guarded now by Prince. Harden gets to Ariza. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Allen against Harden. Conley with the three. Rockets with the rebound. Ariza's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Memphis leading by 4. Conley the pass to Prince. Nobody near Allen. Second chance shot, and it's Kufis missing. For Houston, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Back to Jones. Now the dish to Harden. And it's off the back rim. No good. Memphis has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Conley kicks to Allen. Looks for Randolph. Gets it to him. It's hauled in by Beverly.
And this is why you need size inside. The ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot.
And the pass to Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. And Beverly kicks to Harden. 6 to shoot. Jones drives in. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, they're getting into the paint with their penetration, and it's really been key for this club.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
And so he makes both from the line.
Some good numbers for Jones. He's got 8 points and 1 steal.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're ahead by 2. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, over that last break, I listened to Dave Yeager address his team. With the game hanging in the balance, he tried to give his players some added motivation, saying, look, this is the time, guys. Right now, be in this moment. Do your job, and we'll get the win. Back to you.
And it's Kufis missing. The Rockets trail. Over to the left wing. Here's Beverly. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Beverly's got 19 points.
Finally, late in the fourth quarter, they have tied it up. Astonishing comeback. We are now primed for a dramatic finish.
The biggest obstacle to the comeback was the clock. But they made it, and now they've got plenty of time to win it.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. 15 points for Conley.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're down by 3. 1:06 left here in the fourth quarter. .106 left in the game. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Right at the free throw line. Grizzlies with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Conley dishes to Randolph. Allen left side. Jacks up a 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
The three-pointer has been his best weapon here today, no question.
The D has been all mixed up, confused, bamboozled, allowing him way too much space.
Ariza goes in. Shot is off. And it's Memphis the other way. Howard with the steal, and he gets it to go. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and that's an intentional foul. Memphis has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter, and now they decide to foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good, and both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And no mistakes there. A couple of good free throws to give them a little extra cushion.
And it's Beverly missing.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked...
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 8. 15 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, never say never, I guess. They just have no quit in them.
And I think you have to respect that attitude and approach. I know most teams would have called it a game already.
From deep, Harden. Coathis grabs the board. He feeds it to Udrich. Carter, the pass to Lure. Uses both hands to slam it down.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
Here's Kanan. Offline. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Mark, congratulations on this win. What was the key to getting the rhythm going for the team's offense?
Sharing the ball, just making the play and just, making each other better. That's always something really good, and it gets contagious both sides.
Mark, thank you for the time, guys. This is a heck of a big man.
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Conley.
crib, ma. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to